Facebook's mission is to
give people the power to share in order to make the world more open and connected.
more open and connected. Open and connected.
Organized by a group of online activists.
We're calling it the Facebook revolution.
People being able to share what they want with the people who they want is an extremely powerful thing, right? And we're kind of fundamentally rewiring the world from the ground up.
The idea that fake news on Facebook influenced the election in any way, I think, is a pretty crazy idea.
We face a number of important issues around privacy, safety, and democracy. And it was my mistake, and I'm sorry.
The year is 2004. In a small dorm room at Harvard University, a 19-year-old Mark Zuckerberg is coding away. His eyes glued to the screen, fingers dancing on the keyboard. His room is a chaos of pizza boxes and crumpled papers. But Mark's world is in perfect focus. A website was born that night that would change how we communicate forever. Welcome, my friends, to the captivating story of Facebook, an intriguing tale of innovation.
The goal that we went into it with wasn't to make an online community, but sort of like a mirror for the real community that existed in real life.
Power.
To have less control over private information. They don't fully know how their information is being shared.
And controversy.
We spent 3 months working with Mark, being essentially led on. We were all blindsided. We had no idea that he was working on a competing product.
A spark of potential flickered in the modest town of Dobbs Ferry, New York. Born on May 14, 1984, Mark Zuckerberg, a son of a dentist and a psychiatrist, was just another face in this quiet middle-class town. But beneath the facade of ordinariness, a future tech prodigy was being nurtured. Mark's journey into programming started when he was just 12 years old. He pieced together a messaging program using Atari Basic, a simple, beginner-friendly programming language prevalent in the 1980s. He christened it ZuckNet. This wasn't mere child's play, but a functional tool. It connected the computers in his father's dental practice to ones at home as an early demonstration of Mark's ability to use technology to bridge distances and foster communication. Little did the world know, this was a prologue to a larger story waiting to unfold. During his time at Phillips Exeter Academy, an elite preparatory school, Mark's affinity for programming continued to flourish. Among the many projects he undertook, one stood out: Synapse. This wasn't just another music software, but an early iteration of a user-centric platform. Synapse learned its users' music preferences, adapting and personalizing itself based on individual tastes. This was a significant step in Mark's journey, embodying his ability to anticipate the need for personalized user experiences, a tenet that would later become central to Facebook's ethos. Mark's programming prowess took him to Harvard University in 2002, an institution known for nurturing the brightest minds. At Harvard, Mark didn't blend into the background. His reputation as a prodigy preceded him. Still, no one, not even Mark himself, could have predicted how his life would change. A late-night brainstorming session in his dorm room sparked an idea. He observed the social dynamics at Harvard, the exclusive circles, the precise boundaries. He saw an opportunity for a digital solution that could break these barriers, a platform that could weave together the diverse social fabric of Harvard. From this kernel of an idea, FaceMash was born. FaceMash wasn't sophisticated, but it was popular. It allowed students to rate their peers based on attractiveness, a concept that was as controversial as it was engaging. It was a short-lived venture, with Harvard shutting it down due to privacy violations. However, FaceMash wasn't a failure but an experiment, a stepping stone. It highlighted the need for a platform that could connect people, a platform that would eventually evolve into Facebook. Yet, Mark was puzzled as the dust settled on the FaceMash controversy. How could he transform this demand for connectivity into something tangible that wouldn't just connect Harvard and the world? After the FaceMash debacle, Mark found himself at a crossroads. The controversy had shown him the potential for a digital platform that could bridge social gaps. But how could he harness this potential? As winter turned to spring in 2004, Mark began to piece together a new project, one that would combine the connectivity of FaceMash with a broader social purpose. And while the rest of Harvard emerged from the winter's cold, Mark was heating up to something monumental: the Facebook. The Facebook was a product of late-night coding sessions and relentless dedication. Mark, alongside his roommates Eduardo Saverin, Andrew McCollum, Dustin Moskowitz, and Chris Hughes, transformed a dorm room idea into a functional website, with the official launch date of February 4th, 2004. It was a simple yet revolutionary idea that immediately struck a chord with the students. In an era before the popularity of social media, it offered something fresh, something personal. Creating your profile, uploading pictures, and friend people was a new kind of freedom, a new way of expressing one's identity. The Facebook spread like wildfire through Harvard. Within 24 hours of launching, over 1,000 students had signed up. By the end of February, over half of the undergraduate population had joined the Facebook. It wasn't just a website, it was becoming a phenomenon. But the success wasn't confined to Harvard's ivy-clad walls. The Facebook spread, first to other Ivy League universities and then across the United States and Canada. During this explosive growth, the Facebook dropped the and became just Facebook. Yet, as Facebook grew, Mark and his team realized they had a business, not just a college project.
When we first launched, we were hoping for, maybe 400, 500 people. Now we're at 100,000 people, so who knows where we're going next.
In 2004, they moved operations to Palo Alto, California, the heart of Silicon Valley. They officially transitioned from a group of college kids to a good company. With growth came challenges. The first notable challenge that marked Facebook's early success was a lawsuit that emerged from the very halls of Harvard. Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, alongside Divya Narendra, 3 fellow students, believed that Mark had stolen their idea, a concept that they had dubbed Harvard Connection. According to them, Mark had agreed to work on their project, only to develop a competing platform secretly. This wasn't just a disagreement, it was a legal battle. The Winklevoss twins and Narendra alleged that Mark had purposely delayed their project to launch Facebook. The dispute was not just about money, but about recognition and fairness. On the other hand, Mark dismissed these allegations as baseless, maintaining that Facebook was his original creation. The lawsuit cast a long, ominous shadow over Facebook's rapid growth. It was a conflict that would drag on for years, spawning multiple lawsuits and settlements and weaving a complex narrative of suspicion, betrayal, and rivalry. The controversy threatened Facebook's success story and questioned Mark's integrity and ethics. By 2005, Facebook's rapid expansion needed fuel in the form of investment. Peter Thiel, the co-founder of PayPal, saw the spark in Facebook and invested $500,000, which propelled Facebook's growth even further. But as the company grew, so did the controversies. With millions of users worldwide, Facebook grappled with privacy and data protection questions. In 2007, Facebook was again in the eye of the storm due to the controversial Beacon advertising system. Beacon was not just another advertising tool, it was an overreach. It shared information about users' activities on third-party websites on their Facebook feed without explicit consent. Users were startled. They found purchases they'd made, videos they'd watched, and articles they'd read being broadcast to their friends. It felt like a violation, an intrusion into their private lives. The backlash was immediate and intense. It culminated in a class action lawsuit alleging that Facebook and its partners had violated users' privacy rights. The Beacon controversy was a significant misstep for Facebook. It raised serious questions about Facebook's approach to privacy and data protection. In the end, Facebook had to shut down Beacon, but the incident left a lasting mark. It was a stark reminder of the challenges ahead as Facebook navigated the delicate balance between connectivity and privacy. As we peel back the layers of Facebook's intriguing journey, we see a growth cycle, controversy, success, and scandal. How did Mark Zuckerberg, a college student turned CEO, steer the ship through the turbulent waters? And at what cost? Stick with us, for the story has only just begun. Facebook's journey from its humble beginnings in a Harvard dorm room to its new headquarters in Silicon Valley was a story of unprecedented success. Yet, as 2005 rolled in, Mark Zuckerberg and his team faced a pressing question. How could they expand beyond college campuses? It was a daunting challenge. They needed to retain the essence of Facebook while making it accessible to a broader demographic. In September 2005, they took their first major leap, expanding Facebook to high school students. The move was significant. It was a clear signal that Facebook had broader ambitions. But the team didn't stop there. They were setting their sights on an even bigger goal: the general public. On September 26, 2006, Facebook opened its digital doors to anyone aged 13 or older with a valid email address. It was a pivotal moment. Facebook was no longer an exclusive club for students. It was a platform for everyone, a truly global network. The response was staggering. By the end of 2006, Facebook had over 12 million active users. It showed that Facebook had tapped into a universal desire for connection and shared experiences.
Almost a year ago, when we were first discussing how to let everyone in the world into Facebook, I remember someone said to me, "Mark, we already have nearly every college student in the US on Facebook. It's incredible that we were even able to do that, but no one gets a second trick like that." Well, let's take a look at how we did.
Over the next few years, Facebook's growth accelerated. It became a digital melting pot, bringing together different ages, cultures, and interests. Users could create profiles, connect with friends, join groups, and attend events. Businesses, celebrities, and politicians all found a place on Facebook. By 2010, the platform had crossed an impressive milestone: 500 million active users. The platform had not just grown, it had exploded. But while Facebook was growing, a pressing question lingered. How could it monetize its vast user base? Advertising was the obvious answer, but Facebook needed to do it right. The controversial Beacon project has shown the risks of overstepping privacy boundaries. They needed a solution that represented user privacy while offering value to advertisers. In November 2007, Facebook unveiled its answer: Facebook ads. This was not your typical advertising platform. Facebook ads were a revolution. Advertisers could tap into Facebook's vast user data to target specific demographics, interests, and behaviors. For the first time in human history, businesses could reach their ideal customers with unprecedented accuracy. Facebook ads was a win-win solution. Users saw ads more relevant to their interests, and businesses could convert their advertising spending into tangible results. This new advertising model quickly became the primary revenue for Facebook. By 2010, advertising accounted for about 85% of Facebook's revenue. As Facebook's user base expanded, so did its advertising capabilities. In 2012, Facebook launched mobile advertising, tapping into the growing market of smartphone users. It was a significant step, reflecting the shift in how people access the internet. By 2015, mobile ads accounted for nearly 80% of Facebook's advertising revenue. The story of Facebook's growth and its advertising success is not just about impressive numbers. It's about how a simple idea transforms how we connect, share, and do business. However, this journey was not without its challenges. As we will see, Facebook's massive reach and use of user data for advertising raised critical questions about privacy, consent, and corporate responsibility. We've traveled through Facebook's meteoric rise and seen its incredible growth, but our journey is far from over. What challenges lay ahead for Facebook, and how would they impact its users and society at large? The answers await us as we continue our journey through the intriguing saga of Facebook. In the tapestry of human history, few inventions have etched their mark as profoundly as Facebook has. It's more than just a social media platform. It's a seismic shift in how we, as a global community, connect, communicate, and perceive the world. However, like a mighty wave that sculpts and erodes, Facebook's impact is dual-sided, bringing about profound change and triggering concern. Before Facebook, imagine a world where communication was bound by miles and time zones. A world where your closest relationships were restricted by geography and your access to information was dictated by traditional media. Now, picture a world where these barriers crumble. That's the world Facebook envisioned and actualized. Consider a teenager in Tokyo sharing her artwork and getting appreciated by an art lover in Paris. Or an entrepreneur in Kenya is networking with a Silicon Valley investor. Think of a grandmother in London watching her granddaughter's first steps in New York through a video post. This is the transformative power of Facebook, the power to turn the vast expanse of our world into a global village, teeming with endless possibilities. Beyond personal connections, Facebook became a beacon of democracy for information. Once confined within the boundaries of traditional media, News, ideas, and perspectives found a new, unrestricted avenue. Facebook's role as a platform for global change came into sharp focus with events such as the Arab Spring and the #MeToo movement, and its ability to rally support for disaster-stricken areas. The Arab Spring, a series of anti-government protests, uprising, and armed rebellions that spread across much of the Arab world in the early 2010s, was significantly amplified by the power of Facebook. It provided a platform for protesters to coordinate their efforts, share real-time information about demonstrations, and broadcast their struggles to the world. Suddenly, those who were once voiceless had a megaphone to the world, with Facebook playing a crucial role in their fight for freedom and democracy. Simultaneously, the #MeToo movement was taking shape halfway across the globe. Women from all walks of life began using the hashtag on Facebook to share their experiences of harassment and assault, shedding light on an issue often shrouded in silence. Facebook provided a safe place for these stories to be told and heard, sparking a global conversation about gender inequality and societal norms. It wasn't just a hashtag, it was a collective cry for change, amplified by the power of Facebook. Furthermore, Facebook's impact was felt in times of crisis. The platform raised millions of dollars for relief efforts when natural disasters struck. People could mark themselves safe during catastrophes, providing peace of mind to their loved ones. The ease of sharing donation links and the sense of community fostered by Facebook allowed for an unprecedented global response to local disasters. In these moments, Facebook was more than a social network. It was a lifeline. These instances underscore how Facebook, in its vast digital expanse, has become a global stage for activism, dialogue, and humanitarian aid. It has not only made the world smaller, but also more vocal, more aware, and more united in times of need. Facebook, in essence, became a catalyst for social change. Yet, as we marvel at Facebook's power to unite and empower, we must confront its darker side. The same platform that celebrates diversity can be misused to spread hate speech and misinformation. The algorithm personalizing your feed can isolate you in an echo chamber, reinforcing biases and polarizing societies. Moreover, the constant stream of polished photos and inviolable experiences can distort reality, fueling anxiety, depression, body dysmorphia, suicidal thoughts, and a corrosive fear of missing out, especially among younger users. And perhaps the most unsettling of all is the feeling of being watched. Every like, share, and click feeds into an unseen algorithm that knows your preferences better than you do. The advertising model, while revolutionary, has raised troubling questions about privacy and consent. And let's not forget the infamous Cambridge Analytica scandal.
Cambridge Analytica and its mining of data on millions of Americans for political purposes.
Cambridge is alleged to have used all this data from tens of millions of Facebook users.
Scandalo Cambridge Analytica, Facebook.
A chilling reminder of how personal data can be misappropriated. Imagine the global village that Facebook has created. It was like a bustling town square where people from all corners of the world came together, sharing their lives, their stories, their hopes, and their fears. It was a place of connection, community, and shared human experience. Now, imagine a shadow creeping into this square, unseen yet all-seeing, silently gathering information, weaving together a tapestry of data that could reveal more about you than even your closest friends might know. This was what unfolded in the infamous Cambridge Analytica scandal. Cambridge Analytica, a political consulting firm, was the shadow that snuck into our global village, quietly siphoning away the personal details of millions. It wasn't a masked burglar breaking into a house. It was more akin to a ghost, silently passing through walls, unseen, unheard, gathering the secrets it found. But what was more unsettling was what they did with this data. They didn't just use it for targeted ads, but to tug on the strings of public opinion, to influence minds, and allegedly play a role in swaying the 2016 US presidential election and the Brexit referendum. The uproar was immediate and global. The Facebook village was not just a place of connection, it had become a battlefield where personal data was the weapon and privacy was the casualty. The Cambridge Analytica scandal was a wake-up call, a jolt reminding us that we're leaving digital footprints whenever we like a post, share a photo, or add a friend. And these footprints can lead anyone to our doorstep, revealing who we are, what we like, and even how we think. The tale of Facebook is as fascinating as it is complex. It's a story of groundbreaking innovation and sobering consequence, a narrative of how a dorm room project has reshaped our world. But as we grapple with its impact, we're left with lingering questions. What does the future hold for Facebook? How will it tackle the challenges that lie ahead? As we turn the page to the next chapter of Facebook's story, we will attempt to untangle these intricate threads. So join us as we continue our journey through the captivating saga on Facebook.
Now, there's no guarantee that we get this right. This is hard stuff. We will make mistakes, and they will have consequences, and we will need to fix them.
Like a rock thrown into a still pond, Mark Zuckerberg's creation, Facebook, sent ripples across the landscape of technology and entrepreneurship. He proved that a college dorm could be the birthplace of a billion-dollar enterprise, inspiring a generation of young minds to dream bigger and bolder. His influence was not just about transforming code into cash. It was about reimagining connection in the digital age. Yet, the legacy of Zuckerberg is not without its dark clouds. The tool designed to connect people has often been accused of dividing them, amplifying echo chambers and breeding misinformation. Facebook's ethical challenges, from privacy breaches to its role in political manipulation, have cast a long shadow on Zuckerberg's achievements. The once celebrated tech prodigy now finds himself at the center of a complex debate about the power and responsibility of tech giants. The question is no longer about what Zuckerberg built, but how it's used and its societal implications. As we navigate the digital age, the story of Zuckerberg serves as a stark reminder that every innovation comes with its own set of challenges. And as we peer into the future, one can't help but wonder, what will be the next chapter in Zuckerberg's story? And more importantly, how will his journey shape the future of our digital world? Only time will tell. Mark Zuckerberg's story is nothing short of a rollercoaster ride from a college kid to a tech titan. He didn't just build Facebook, he changed the way we communicate. Yet, as we stand at this crossroads, the future of social media and technology remains as unpredictable as a friend request from a stranger. Where do we go from here? That is a story yet to be written.